Alright guys, we are back for the rest of the Datamines here for Summer Banner 2, and we have basically everything that we need to know, except I'm not sure if Gengar and Tsukasa are actually awake right now, because we are getting these Datamines at a very awkward time. Typically, we get them much earlier, so I'm not sure if those two are around, and if that's the case, that means stats are not really going to be solidified at the moment for the new characters. Also, that means Baltus, the Tempest Trial, we're not really going to know his stats or his BST or his Boons and Banes or any of that stuff. So, with the exception of that, we have everything that we need to go over, and also, we have a new OC incoming. So, I'm assuming this OC is going to be part of the brand new Tempest Trial story that we're about to take on, and it seems like we are now entering into the special Book 6 story for the Tempest Trial. So, going to be interesting to see what goes on there and what's about to happen. So, I'm going to go ahead and click on this image now, and we're going to take a look at the new OC. It is a spoiler, though, so if you don't want to be spoiled right now, or if you can't wait, like, I believe the Tempest Trial should drop tomorrow with the reset with the new Summer Banner as well as the actual event. But here we go. I'm clicking on it, so you can't stop me. All right, this is going to be our brand new OC. Her name is Meli, and as I mentioned before, it seems like she is part of the Book 6 special story. We can see here that she has a very similar resemblance to Ash and Asker. She is got the same skin tone, she's got the cow bell, she's got the cow horns. Basically, she's a cowgirl. So, she is one of the denizens of the realm of Asker. I don't know exactly what her story is. If you're more familiar with Norse and you know who Meli actually is, then feel free to let us know in the comments section. But here we go. There is her neutral art. Here is the attacking artwork. Okay, then we got the special attack artwork there. Not as cute as Ash, honestly. Ash is all pouty and stuff with her special art, if you guys remember. A little more thick also, but Meli, I don't really know anything about her yet, so we'll give her a chance in the Tempest Trial and see what's up with her. And there is her injured artwork. Okay, so Meli, and we also have her brand new, well, these are going to be her final boss stats in the actual Tempest Trial. As we can see, she's an armored beast type, so Ash and Asker were both infantry. This is an armored type, but she don't really look like one. And we also have her weapon all the way down there. So starting things off with her stat line, we got 46 HP, 62 attack, 17 speed, 48 defense, and 42 res, but as I mentioned already, these are final boss stats, so probably not going to be her stats when we're able to summon for her. And her weapon here, Wandering Horn, has -1 special trigger. Allies in 2 spaces a unit can move to any space in 2 spaces a unit. Now that's pretty good considering she's an armored unit who can also double up as a save unit. So having an armored unit with warp and movement support is pretty good. So, who knows what else she's going to be capable of once she comes out and what her special unique passive is going to do. She can also move to any space within 2 spaces of an ally in 2 spaces, so already the armored weaknesses of mobility are not even a concern for her. At start of turn and at the start of enemy phase, except in SD, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants attack and defense up 6, Resonant Blades and Resonant Shields to unit and allies in 2 spaces for 1 turn. And also, for unit and allies in 2 spaces of unit, if special cooldown is at its max value, grants special cooldown count -1. Literally, she's just Asker except armored, is what I'm seeing so far here. For allies in 2 spaces of unit, if special cooldown count is at its max value, grants special cooldown count -1. If foe initiates combat or unit's HP is over 25% at the start of combat, inflicts a penalty on the enemy's attack and defense, equal to 20% of defense at the start of combat plus 6, deals 20% bonus damage based on defense, and reduce damage from foes' attacks by 20% in defense during combat. And also, if unit's special cooldown count is at its max value after combat, then grant special cooldown count -1. So she's got basically full-on Time's Pulse there. And at the start of turn, if unit is adjacent to only beasts or dragons, or if unit is not adjacent to anybody, then unit transforms. And when unit transforms, grants attack up 2 and distant counter. And then they're just explaining what Resonant Blades and Resonant Shields does. So she seems really good. She's literally Ash and Asker merged into one. She's got the warp support. She's got the cooldown support. She's got the resonant blades and resonant shield support. And then she's an armored unit with non-pierceable DR and non-pierceable or true damage and non-pierceable DR. 20% of her defense, which is a pretty fat amount. So I'm thinking this is going to be a really good unit whenever she releases, and whatever her unique passive is going to be is only going to add fuel to the fire. So be on the lookout for Meli whenever we're able to summon for her. Okay, now we have the weapon here for the upcoming Tempest Trial Baltus. Like I said before, we don't really have the stats because I don't know if Tsukasa and Gengar are around at the moment, unfortunately. So we're going to have to just wing it with the stats. But the weapon here for Baltus is right here. So Osseous, I am not saying that correctly at all. Osseous Trident Plus, I guess. Inheritable weapon, 14 might, 1 range. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5 to unit. Unit deals plus X damage, excluding on AoEs, and reduce damage from foes' attacks by half of X during combat. And X is the highest total bonuses among unit and allies in 2 spaces. So as far as inheritable weapons go, it's pretty solid, honestly. Certainly better than Arcane Lewin at the moment. Is it better than the Johanna Lance, though? Probably for slower units, I would say yes. Because, like, Johanna's Lance, I guess you don't really have to be a fast unit to use Johanna's Lance, but this right here, though, is going to be pretty universally good on just about anybody. So, seems like a solid inheritable weapon. We'll definitely take it. Then he has Smite for fodder. He's got Attack and Defense Bulwark 3, which is pretty good. Bulwark on a GHB, GHB, I mean Tempest Trial. Having Bulwark on that is pretty good. So you can use this as a pickup for either Bulwark 4, which is out of vogue right now, or Spiked Wall, which is where it's at. So Attack and Defense Spiked Wall would be the skill you want to pick up after this. And then he's also got Attack and Defense 03 there, which is whatever. I mean, we'll take it, sure. But Bulwark is very nice to get on a Tempest Trial prize unit. And then our Sacred Seals are going to be Attack and Defense Link 1 and Speed and Res Rain 1. Not too crazy. The Rain skill we'll definitely take. The Link skill is whatever. But I guess you can do shenanigans with it with Mikaya's Ring. But I wouldn't really be running blue stat buff Sacred Seals. You want to be running like Drive buff or Drive debuff Seals at this point. Alright, so there we go with that. And then we can go ahead and take a look at the artwork if no one has attempted to post stats. And I also do have some stats pulled up that we can take a look at the end. So here we go. We're going to start things off with Hoppy and Constance's art. Now, I actually like these two quite a bit. I'm surprised they don't really have a lot of alts in Fae, which, I mean, I've never played Ashen Wolf, so I don't really know how popular these two are. But I like their designs. I've always liked both of them. They're pretty cool to me. So, like, dipping into Ashen Wolves 3 houses like that, I don't really think is too big of a problem. It's more so the main roster of 3 houses that I think they've overstayed their welcome a little bit. So here is their attacking artwork. All right, then we got the special attack. Very nice water pop there. And both of them very happy. I like that. All right, and then we got the injured artwork there. Constance doing her best Starja impression with the shaded face and the smile, getting beat up. And then Hoppy's more like, I don't really want to get beat up. So, all right, there we go for those two. Very, very good artwork. All right, next up we got Peko Mama over here with her marshmallow softness. Dude, the artist here, Sencha, he also did this to the Summer... Who was it? Summer Nerthuz, who also was basically, like, soft as a marshmallow. I don't know, like, how he does this, but I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie. Like, making the girls look extra soft. Very, very fluffy for hugs. All right, so here we go with the attacking artwork from Haythrun. There we got the special attack. I'm not really a fan of the shading on the water. It's a little bit too much. Like, the blacks are just kind of diverting your attention from the very soft whites of Haythrun. All right, and then we got the injured artwork there from Haythrun. So probably my favorite overall art on the banner. So good job there, Sencha. All right, next up we got Ector Deer, who's going to be our demote here, and I think he's the lifeguard because he's got his like lifesaver over there, and then he's not really swimming or nothing. He's just like hanging out, kind of. He's got his shades there, and then he's got a lifeguard whistle also. So yeah, I think he is actually the lifeguard. And then him with his water bottle shaped like a dumbbell. All right, so there we go with the attacking art, and then the special attack, nice shades there. I approve of that. All right, then finally we got the injured artwork there. Very good artwork for him. I mean, this is probably the best Ector Deer art in the game, and he's got some good art. So, yeah, that's definitely saying much. All right, next up we got this travesty over here. I think everyone hates this, or I don't know if everyone hates it, but a majority of people hate it. So, here we have Yuri here. First of all, he looks really tiny. Like, his body proportions kind of look off. He's got these monster feet and monster hands, and then he's got, like, a tiny head. I don't even know how to describe this. Like, his extremities are just, like, not right. Now, here it looks fine, too. Like, this is the weird thing. It's only on the neutral artwork here where I think we got a problem. And then you go here to the attacking pose, and it looks fine. And then we go to the special pose. This one actually looks really good, which is why it's kind of a shame that Homeboy dropped the ball a little bit too much on the neutral art there. I think this is Okuta Yugo, if I'm not mistaken, but I might have to double check that. So, yeah, I like how he's using his ice cream cone there, or his snow cone, or whatever that is. I think it's a snow cone, how he's using it as a microphone. So he's like singing on the beach. All right, sure. And then here we got the injured artwork. So kind of licking his fingers there. He's spilling his ice cream. And then yeah, a lot of people brought this up. His foot is just like really bad. What does he have? Like gout or something? Why is his foot like all deformed like that? Goodness gracious, man. So, I mean, we got 2 out of 4, I guess is fine. We'll take it. But yeah, this might be my least favorite neutral art in the game. And then finally, we got Baltus over here in a Speedo, which I'm sure is making a certain portion of the fan base feel a certain way. All right, but Baltus, I will say that I think Baltus is a character that deserves some alts, and this being his first alt is kind of a travesty. All right, so here we got the attacking pose there, spear fishing Baltus. The detailing on his abs could have been a little bit darker, I think. It kind of like blends right in with his body color. All right, here we got the special attack art. Nice shark there coming out of the background. I like the water pop and the red flower petals and all that. This is a really nice special art, especially for a free-to-play unit. And then we got the injured artwork there from Baltus. So overall, very good. Sure, a lot of Baltus fans are going to be very happy with that. And let's just quickly do one last hurrah refresh, see if any stats are posted. And the answer is no. So I'm going to have to pick up the tab on that one with my little cheat sheet from back in the day. Now, this is all taken exactly from the trailer, and I can only do so much because Haythrun's stats were not even in the trailer. And Baltus, I think we saw his HP. I think he had 45 HP, but we didn't really see anything else besides that. So, Yuri, we got here 41 HP, 44 attack, 48 speed, 25 defense, and 27 res with a BST of 185. Not sure what his boons and bangs are, but I would imagine plus speed, just as a guess. All right, then Haythrun, like I said, we didn't see her stats in the trailer. Ector Deer over here, we got 45 attack, or 45 HP, 51 attack, 17 speed, 49 defense, and 30 res. Holy attack and defense, Batman. So, yeah, this guy, he is the demote on the banner. He's a seasonal demote, and he actually scores decently enough. If you were to get him to plus 10, I think he would be arena viable. Well, I mean, he's not really scoring on the same tier as units like Marnie or the Legacy Medius or the new Fallen Robin that we got, or like any of those types of units, but his score is, he's score ties with Cyril, basically. Now, that's not particularly great because Cyril is a range unit and this guy's melee, but if Cyril is usable in arena for some people, then so would this guy be. So, I think he's okay. He's pretty good for a demote. So we will give him that. And then finally, we got the duo hero, Hoppy and Constance. Their BST is irrelevant, but they do have a 184 BST. Them being a duo hero, they get the dual skills, so it's whatever. And then stat line, we got here 45 HP, 48 attack, 46 speed, 17 defense, and 28 res. So overall thoughts, their stat line looks fine. I think they're probably plus attack as opposed to plus speed. That's just a complete guess, but they seem to be an AoE unit, and it would make the most sense for them to have a positive bane or positive boon on attack, more so than speed here, but we'll just have to wait and see because I've got no idea. I wish I could have given you guys more info on the stats, but I mean, that's just the way it is when Gengar and Tsukasa are not around. One last refresh, I guess. All right, nothing is happening there. So that's going to wrap us up for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think of the artwork for the new characters? And then also, what are your thoughts on Meli here, who is going to be our brand new OC? Seems like a pretty cool character, but until we actually see what she has to say, I'm just going to hold out any judgments on her. So that's all for this one. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.